What's up, everybody out there? How you doing? I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for clicking the thumbnail over here at Pepe La View. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your like, your sharing, and commenting. Also, thank you, new viewers, you returning viewers, and you subscribers. I appreciate you as well. Let's just get right into it, okay? So, getting ready to shut down all my social media pages and call it a night. It is almost early morning over here on my end, but it is what it is. And I was thinking about talking about a particular R&B diva for the past few hours, if you will. And so she popped up on my social media. Like, it just popped up. I was like, saying to myself, like, oh, I was like, Lord, that's a coincidence that this particular diva popped up on my social media. So I was like, ooh, that's a sign. Maybe I just need to start talking about her now. But then I was like, no, I got to get into my film, my spiel, and all of that stuff. And I just didn't have time to do all that. And so kept scrolling down, and then I come across Michel'le. You know, I've been wanting to talk about Michel'le for a minute, but I see her in a clip. I saw her in a clip with Jocelyn Hernandez. I don't know if she's over there on reality television, you know, with Jocelyn Hernandez. And y'all know how I feel by now about reality television. I'm just not trying to watch any of it anymore. Not really. You know. So anyway, as I said, I've been wanting to talk about Michel'le because I had made a comment in the video that I did about Mary J. Blige about, you know, Michel'le was, to me, was our first Mary J. Blige. I didn't think it was an offensive comment, but somebody got in my page on my comments, wrote a comment about, you know, oh, Michel'le, she's not hip hop, so on and so forth. I would read the comment. You know, do I want to find the comment and just see what it was? Because this here's, I want to say, I don't deal around with messiness. That's not me. I don't deal around with messiness. I don't deal around with foolishness. I just really and truly don't have time for it. So I'm not making the comment just to put the other person on, you know, blast or anything like that. No, I wouldn't. That's not even my style, so to speak. But I just want to make a point. And let me see if the person, oh gosh, where is it? Just bear with me. I'm looking for it. But anyway, so long story short, I'm still saying that she's hip hop to me. And the person was like, no, she's not hip hop. And I'm like, yes, she is. Oh, here's the comment. Oh, well, the comment is by someone, Mary Jesus Blige Stan. Okay, it's what it is. Michel'le is not the queen of nothing. She sang over up-tempo beats, not hardcore hip-hop beats. Mary sung over beats that rappers were on. Mary is still here and relevant. Where is Michel'le now? So this is not to put the person on blast. Like I said, I don't do that. I'm just trying to make a point to everybody, just overall in general. And so, by the way, you know, when I have the albums, I have the albums. Y'all know how I do over here. You know, like I said, this is not just something I'm talking about, just to talk about, you know, talk about artists I like. But anyway, so I'm saying to myself, like, when I saw the comment way back, you know, maybe it's been a month or two, I wanted to, you know, talk more about it, but I decided, nah, I'm going to keep moving on. Got a lot of other divas I want to talk about, and particularly Michel'le. So I got a couple of minutes, so I want to talk about it real quick. Michel'le is hip hop. Like, what world? Let me stop for a second. Let me just rewind it for a second. I was there, meaning like I was there when Michel'le first came onto the scene. Like, I remember the song No More Lies. I remember her coming out. I remember the song. I remember liking the song. I remember saying like, oh, and finding out that, you know, she and Dre were an item, like a couple. right? I don't care what anybody says at the time. Like for me in my head, the only couple in hip hop that came to my mind after Dr. Dre and Michel'le was Ice-T and what is Ice-T? Darlene. Is it Darlene? Like to me, it was Ice-T and her. Is it Darlene? I don't want to miss, you know. Isn't it Ice-T and Darlene? Yeah, it's Ice-T and Darlene. Ice-T and Darlene, right? Yeah. So it was Ice-T and Darlene. Then it was Dr. Dre and Michel'le. Around this time as well, 1989, I guess you could say it was safe to say that I think Salt and Pepper, well, Salt and Herbie probably was kind of like a couple or something like that. But anyway, but for sure, Dr. Dre and Michel'le. I was like, oh my gosh, like that even made it even better when we found out that the two of them was together. So I don't understand if you wasn't around at that time, why don't you get it? I mean, I'll take that back. If you wasn't around at the time, then you don't get it. And it's okay. But Michel'le is hip hop. It's mind-boggling to me when a particular artist doesn't reach the caliber of superstardom that other artists reach. And then all of a sudden it's kind of like, oh, well, she didn't sell 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million albums. And so all of a sudden now, oh, Michel'le, she's nothing. You know, like I'm a better singer than she is because I've sold all these records. You see what I'm saying? Like, no, to me, at the end of the day, Michel'le was the first one I could think of female-wise. I can't think of another female. And if she's out there, then you understand what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, oh, there was another artist. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check that artist out and I'm going to embrace that particular artist, female artist as well, because I didn't know. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so I find that people, these artists, especially when it's like the record company probably gave them a title or the manager gave them a title, so to speak, and now all of a sudden it's kind of like, oh, well, I'm the king of this and I'm the queen of that and I'm the princess of this and I'm the princess of that and so on and so forth. And then all of a sudden it's kind of like when someone is compared to you, oh, no, I'm this. No, you're not. Somebody just gave you a title because no, you're not. She was singing over hip hop beats. I don't understand it. I mean, so you mean to tell me here we have Dr. Dre. Let's see. Here, this album says produced by Dr. Dre, co-produced by Andre L.A. Dre Bolton, and executive produced by Eric Wright. So the fact that these hip hop producers, are they hip hop or are they rap? I don't have time to go into this particular back and forth trying to figure out if it's rap or if it's hip hop. I don't have time for that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just the fact that she is a part of rap, a part of hip hop, to me makes her a hip hop artist, right? That's just how I see it. There's just no other way around it. And you mean to tell me that the music that is produced by her and the producers who are producing the music that she's singing are not inspired by rap? So it doesn't make her a hip hop artist? Yes, it does. She's hip hop. And if I'm thinking about the music that she's singing over or the beats she's singing over, at the end of the day, it's similar to rap during that time in 1989. Mary J. Blige did not come out until 1992, And of course, we'll probably have changed the name or changed some of the style of rap or what have you. But at the end of the day, it's still rap. So I'm just throwing it out like JJ Fad. Just use the song Supersonic for an example. Like the beat to the song Supersonic is almost similar to something that a sound that Michel'le was sing over. Beats or track or whatever you want to call it that she would probably sing over. I'm thinking about Salt and Pepper at the time. The beat, the track, the rhythm, the melody, whatever you want to call it, to prove the point. Similar to what Michel'le. So songs such as No More Lies and Nicety are not hip hop. Keep Watching is not a hip hop style song. I beg to differ. I just really don't get it with people. So my thing here today is because I can do it, she doesn't have to be the queen of hip hop. She doesn't. But she's definitely, to me, the first female artist to be she's a trailblazer. How about that? You just cannot come in here and negate everything that Michel'le did in the beginning of her career. And then to make the comment like, oh, well, where is she now? She's here. She's alive. That's where she is. Like, people are so insecure over their, take that back, creative people definitely can be very, very insecure because they spend so much of their time trying to perfect what it is that they do. And then when they finally do put it out, then they have to embrace themselves for whether the good or the negative criticism on that. And then as they do what they do and they are look like they're having some success with it, then they have to be mindful that someone somewhere is there trying to, I guess take their spot, what have you. So then they have to keep the competitors at bay. And then just a mere mention of someone doing it before you, during you, or after you, in your head you go like, oh no, but it's me, because you're afraid that you're going to lose whatever it is that you have acquired. And at the end of the day, it's about contribution, not competition. Jeez. So what I'm saying today is that for a person such as myself who loves music, who enjoys music, who remember when Michel'le first came out, Michel'le was like our hip hop, diva. You can't take that away from her. I don't care who you are. I mean, there's a lot of people who feel like she's done a whole lot of, things to them, and they probably don't like her personally. Okay, but she is still, to me, the first lady. See that now I gave her a title. How about that? Michel'le, we will call her the first lady of hip hop. Thank you. Thank you. We have a new title for Michel'le. Okay, she is the first lady of hip hop, and that's what I will now start to call her because I can't think of anybody else who was doing it. Please tell me if there was another artist in music who was doing it. And if it was, please forgive me because I don't know any. And for that, she has definitely made her mark in the business. And if I was Michel'le, I would definitely say, no, nobody was doing it before me. That was very terrible, by the way. I'll probably do a second part video to this, to talk about this particular album and how I feel about the album. But I think at this moment in time, it's worth mentioning that she is the first lady of hip hop because she's around, number one, hip hop, rap. She's a part of the culture. And I would like to think that these guys, Dre, L.A. Dre, and Eazy-E, definitely had a particular sound in mind. And I don't think they were thinking about R&B music like that, especially when they was thinking about the up-tempo music. Now, maybe songs like Something in My Heart, but at the end of the day, if we want to talk about Something in My Heart, as I said before, we can still talk about that with other artists. I'm talking about the slow songs. Oh gosh, now that I think about it, if we're going to say that Michel'le is not hip hop, and we're going to say she's R&B, right? That's what we're going to say. Then I don't know why all of a sudden the song that came in my mind was LL Cool J's. What's that song called? I Need Love, One Shot at Love. You know, those slow songs. There was some rap songs. Who was it? I'm throwing out slow songs. Now, I don't know why these songs coming to me. Is it Sweet Tea? A rapper by the name of Sweet Tea. She had a song out called Why Did It Have to Be Me? Oh gosh, I don't know why that song came to my mind. And I'm pretty sure there were other rappers out who had like slow songs, but we're talking about a particular time and era in music that was still, you know, it is was at a high point. Sure, another sound came in and took over, you know, hip hop, and we got that sound from there. But at the end of the day, thank you, Michel'le, baby. To me, congratulations, thank you. You are definitely a part. Your music is definitely a part of the soundtrack of my life, and I'm here to say, as of today, you are the first lady of hip hop. You don't have to be the queen. You don't have to be the princess, but you are definitely, in my book, the first lady to do it. And we applaud you and we congratulate you on the success and all of that. I definitely liked your image at the time. It was a very positive image, wholesome image. And what I mean by wholesome, like you came out and you definitely represented 1989, 1990 well. You definitely did that. And oh my gosh, vocally, you can sing. You can sing wonderfully. And people careers, for whatever reason, goes into different directions. You know, it's just what it is. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. I do know that I anticipated your second album. I did. I was like, what's going on? Why is it that I'm not getting a second album from Michel'le? Like, we definitely were looking forward to you having a second album. And of course, you did release a second album and may not have done what everybody probably thought it would be. And of course, Michel'le has spoke about, you know, what all occurred during the making of her second album. It's what it is. You know, go find some interviews with her on it talking about it. You know, that's not what I'm doing over here on this video at all. Not this one. Is there anything else to say other than Michel'le is the first lady of hip hop? I'm done with that. And Michel'le, wherever you are, wherever your people are, you need to start using that term now. You can have it, Michel'le. I want to hear people start to call her the first lady of hip hop. Michel'le. Studying it. Keep saying it every time I come up here. Michel'le is the first lady of hip hop. Anyway, on that note, thank you all so much for stopping by here. Oh my gosh, I tell you, sometimes people can make you tired. Oh. Well, over here at People Love View, we definitely believe in putting your behind where your heart desires to be. Please do that. And also, I must tell you, whenever I leave my mother's presence, she always says to me, baby, remember, I love you, but God loves you best. I love you, but God loves you best. Yes, he does. And on that note, I'm also looking forward to seeing you next video. And until then, you all, you know what to do. Take care of yourselves out there.